So in UPSC examination, once you clear your prelims phase of the examination and you enter into your mains phase of the examination, we have one essay paper of 250 marks and we have 4 general studies paper each of 250 marks. And most importantly, you also have 500 marks of optional subject. Right from the time of my preparation, I kept on hearing this. The way you choose your optional subject or the optional subject you pick can make or break your ambition or goal of preparing for civil service examination. I myself know not tens, hundreds of people who have picked a wrong optional subject without a proper guidance and ended up taking a wrong optional subject, and they have their regret even today. Some of my friends who are not into the services, they often come to me and tell me that had I chosen this optional, maybe I would have been in the civil services by this time. Had I chosen that optional, I would not have ended up in a lesser service, I would have ended up in an IAS. So these kind of regret is very, very common among people preparing for civil services or who have prepared for civil services examination. So my concern for you, or I want you guys to be very, very diligent, very prudent before you are picking your optional subject. Right? In our times, the access to information is limited. Thanks to internet, thanks to platforms like YouTube or platforms like this, you guys have access to quality insights and quality information, and you're all young people with thinking minds and brilliant minds. You need not depend on anyone. Think on your own, reflect upon yourself, contemplate and take a conscious decision of what optional subject you have to pick. Right. In very brief manner, in 5 to 10 minutes, pay proper attention, pay very close attention. I'll try to give some insights on how to pick your optional subject. Listen very carefully. Let us consider as weightage for 100 or 100 percentage. 30% weightage before choosing an optional subject, you have to give to the success rate of the optional subject. 30% weightage you have to give to the success rate of the optional subject. The next logical question that should be coming to you from me is, sir, how do I know which optional subject is successful? You need not depend upon any coaching center website, or you need not depend on a random suggestion from any senior. You just have to go to UPSC website and check from the UPSC website itself which optional subject is successful. In general, just to inform you before you actually do that work for yourself, anthropology, political science, sociology, public administration, geography, philosophy, some of the literature optionals, these are the ones which actually have the highest success rate. Then 30% for the success rate of the optional. The second important factor after talking about the success rate, the second factor which I want you all to consider before boiling down on picking an optional subject is your personal liking for the optional subject. Never ever pick an optional subject just because somebody has suggested, or just because some topper has suggested, or just because someone like me has suggested. You also have to keep in mind your personal liking. So then how do I realize if I have personal liking or not? One simple thing you can do if you really have personal liking or not is you just have to decide upon 3 to 4 optional subjects. Once you have decided upon the 3 to 4 optional subject, rigorously go through take 1 day time, 2 day time, download the optional subject syllabus from the UPSC website and go through topic by topic. Somewhere you will get that interest ignited. And for those who want to consider anthropology as an optional subject, I can help you because I have the next 10 days I am going to do orientation sessions dedicatedly on anthropology to ignite that interest in anthropology and inspire you to prepare for anthropology as an optional subject. Okay. So again, I'm not insisting that you have to pick anthropology, but if these 10 sessions which are going to happen starting from today for the next 9 days, starting with today, the 10 days, can help you to generate interest on anthropology and consider anthropology as one of your optional subject. So yes, 30% weightage for the success rate of the optional subject, 30% weightage for your personal liking of the optional subject, and I also have very precisely suggested you how to check on your personal liking. Third most important thing, 30% weightage you have to give, 30% weightage you have to give to the faculty also. You may be thinking, why 30% to faculty? Yes, see, because most of these subjects are in the nature of technical nature, isn't it? These are the subjects with some kind of technicality into them. When the subjects which you are picking have a kind of technicality in them, so you need some kind of or a little bit of professional guidance that will make life easy for you. Otherwise, it would take a lot of time for you to understand the specific or precise demands of this subjects. So I want you guys to understand that even faculty, especially the credibility of the faculty, the success rate of the faculty, number of ranks which the faculty has produced, the competence of the faculty, the qualification of the faculty, most importantly, the attitude of the faculty, the accessibility of the faculty, and the availability of the faculty, time bound to you all, also plays an important role in ensuring your success in the examination. So be very careful when it comes to picking up any coaching center for your optional subject. Then after that 30%, 10% is for post-coaching support system. So what do I mean by post-coaching support system? See, once your classes are done, that's not the end of it. That is where your actual preparation begins. Someone has to pick you from there, and someone has to ensure that they'll take you to, or they'll ensure that you reach this logical end of writing your mains and clearing your mains. So post-coaching support system includes that mentorship, that test series, that answer writing practice, that value addition material. Check for yourself for which optional subject or which faculty is also taking care of your post-coaching support system. So let me quickly recap the 4 important aspects you have to keep in mind before choosing an optional subject. 30% for the success rate of the optional, 30% for your liking or personal liking, and 30% for the faculty, and 10% for the post-coaching support system which is available for this particular optional subject. So think on your own mind with an objective way, in a scientific way, try to boil down your optional subject. So today, after the end of our session, spend some 15 minutes or 20 minutes of your time, 15 minutes or 20 minutes of your time, close down yourself in a room, take a piece of paper, take a piece of paper and pen, and just think of all this: 30%, 30%, 30%, 10%, and decide on your own what your optional subject. Again, don't go by marketing and don't go by what. See, again, it's often said like this, right? The best known will always be the best in the market. So just because somebody is seen more in the YouTube, or just because somebody is more popular, don't go by this popularity logic. Go by credibility logic. Go to people who you actually think will do justice to you. And this is something which you can decide upon only with your clarity and only when you think on your own and can decide upon. Right? So having said or having discussed with you how to choose an optional subject, now, because in our coaching center, as part of IAS Super 90, we are also giving anthropology, or we are giving anthropology as an optional subject, I thought it is my responsibility to clear some myths about anthropology preparation. So from tomorrow, I'll be actually orienting you, or from tomorrow, I'll be actually telling you specifics of what anthropology is. So for today, let me address some of the common myths associated with anthropology optional subject, and in the end, I would also request you, if you have any doubts or concerns about anthropology, to get them all cleared. So for those who are very beginners who have not even heard the name of anthropology, same is the case with me. I am basically a medical doctor. I did my MBBS Only when I wanted to prepare for civil services examination, then I got to know that there is a subject called as anthropology. Then luckily one of my seniors, like sir is an IAS right now in our Andhra Pradesh itself. I kind of approached him. He got All India rank 18 that year. And sir said, this is how you have to choose your optional subject. And cursorily, he has mentioned with me that there is an optional subject called as anthropology. Later, I went back and I read about this anthropology optional subject. My interest got ignited and I have taken anthropology as an optional subject. And coming straight to the point, anthropology is a subject which is nothing but the name itself is study. The name itself says it all. Anthropos. Anthropos is the study of man. Anthropos is the study of man. So anthropology is a subject which studies humans or which studies man in totality. Anthropology is a subject which studies man in totality. So every single component or every single aspect about human existence is studied by anthropology. Again, don't get scared when I say everything about humans anthropology studies, but it does in a very interesting and exciting manner. The first myth which I have to clear about anthropology is a subject which is only for biology aspirant is one common rumor that is being circulated. Let me bust that myth. Let me assure you that is an utter nonsense that I want to display to you with some specific details actually. I'm sure you all can see this slide right in front of you, and I'll quickly show all those who have cleared this examination with anthropology as an optional subject. Of course, some of them are not my anthropology students, but yes, I'm showing through this. You can see Ananya Reddy rank number 3. She is not a student from biology background. She is an anthropology student. You can see All India rank 59, Benzo P. Jose. He is my student from my mains mentorship program. He is not a biology background student. You can see Ashwin Manideep, 148th rank. He is not at all a student from biology background. He cleared with anthropology. Sushir Sri Krishna Vineet also has cleared with anthropology, and both of them are my students, but both of them are doctors. So, okay. They are belonging to biology background. Look at that 173 Dheeraj Reddy. Dheeraj Reddy has no biology background at all. Still he cleared with anthropology optional. Saharita, though she is not my student, anthropology student, but she cleared with anthropology as an optional subject. She is my interview guidance student, and yes, she also does not have any biology background or anything as such. And you can also see people like Arpita, and you can also see people like Sweta, Sahana, and Shashikant and Anupriya, Sai Alekya. Some of them are also my direct students, anthropology students, and some of them are, and all of them here are my interview level students. All of these guys have cleared with anthropology, and none of the names I have mentioned in the last actually have any kind of biology background. And look at this 2021 15th rank, this guy Ashwant, he is working in our own, I think right now he is posted in Kakinada as assistant collector, and Maurya is currently posted 28th rank. Maurya is posted in Kadapa as assistant collector, and you can see Chaitanya 161, she is posted in, last posting was in Nizamabad. Right now I don't remember where she is. These three guys have cleared with anthropology optional. None of them have any kind of biology background. And 2022 ranks, you can see both 22nd rank also is an anthropology guy, but he's a doctor. He is junior in my medical college, Tirupati. 40th rank, Ashit, he's from BITS. He does not have any biology background, anthropology optional. Utkarsh, 78th rank, my mains mentorship student. He has no biology background. And you can also see other students like Sai Kiran does not have any biology background, clear with anthropology optional. Ashrita also cleared with anthropology optional, no background at all. Deepthi, just now I spoke with her 15 minutes ago. She also cleared with anthropology as an optional subject. So most of the people who are actually clearing with optional subject anthropology has no biology background at all. So let me clear this myth once for all that there is absolutely no correlation between biology and anthropology, because these many ranks, and the first rank Anudeep Durishetty from our Telugu state, who has cleared this examination with anthropology optional subject, has no biology background at all, right? So yes. Second thing I want to clear, and this is not a myth, because most of the people know that anthropology does not have extensive syllabus, anthropology does not have vast syllabus, which is true. Anthropology has a very limited syllabus. Anthropology has a very limited syllabus and you can easily understand the demand of the examination. And of course, in our classes, we take it very slow, especially the first 50 hours I'll be going very slow. So I'll ensure that each one of you actually understand the demand of those optional subject. So that way you will feel that it is such an interesting and exciting subject to read. And the syllabus of anthropology is very well defined. And most importantly, the probability of asking bouncer questions or asking questions which are way beyond the demand of the syllabus also is very less. And anthropology also is not as dynamic as other optional subject. So your need to constantly update the content from the current affairs also is limited with regard to anthropology optional subject. That is also one of the reasons why anthropology is among the top scoring optional in the last 3 years. You can talk about this to any of the aspirant, especially from our Telugu state. They'll tell you, any senior aspirant, you ask them this question, the first thing they'll tell is, yes, right now anthropology is the most successful optional. And especially our Hyderabad is very, very popular for anthropology optional subject. People call Hyderabad as hub for anthropology. We get students from Kerala, we get students from Tamil Nadu, from Pune, from Bhubaneswar, we get students. I have students from Bengal. I also have some students all the way from Kashmir. Of course, from Delhi also we have plenty of students preparing with us for anthropology as an optional subject. And yes, our Hyderabad is also a hub for anthropology preparation. So anthropology has a very definite and well-defined and very precise syllabus. And another question which students often ask me when they meet me, how much time it will take for me to complete anthropology? So yes, at the maximum, it will take you 6 months of consistent preparation of 4 hours on daily basis. 6 months, let's say 180 days. Even if you imagine that you guys waste 130 days, let's say you have 150 days, 150 days, just give me 4 hours on daily basis. 150 into 4, 600 hours of consistent anthropology preparation is more than sufficient for you to comfortably clear your mains examination with anthropology as an optional subject. So because of its well-defined syllabus, because of the well-crafted material available from our institute and also the well-crafted material available in the market and the good test series support available in the market and the good value addition and the magazines, current affairs magazine related to anthropology available in the market, anthropology is one such optional subject which has plenty of post-coaching support system, which has plenty of material access, which has good quality faculty. Of course, I don't mind telling about other faculty also, and we have Hyderabad is hub for good anthropology coaching. So yes, these are few good things about anthropology optional subject. And I also want to very briefly talk about, I just want to ignite that interest on anthropology for you. I'll not take much time, be a little patient. I'll wrap up in 20 minutes. I already told anthropology is, a kind of study of humans in totality. And I just want to tell you that all my classes complete, it will be totally about all these kind of images. I'll teach my entire subject only through images. I know your generation, you always want to learn through images. You always want that excitement. So yes, that is what anthropology is for you. So the first component of anthropology, about which I'll be talking very briefly, I'm not getting into the actual syllabus or anything like that. I'm just giving you guys a brief overview of what anthropology is. Let's say from your childhood, I'm sure most of you would have, seen this particular image. At some point of time in your life, you would have seen this image. All of us have that excitement to know, did we really evolve from monkeys? Is it true that we have really evolved from monkeys? If so, when did we evolve from monkeys to our present form? Are we still evolving? Which means if we have evolved means change, right? If we have come from monkeys to here, then do we actually evolve further? And what we would evolve further into future? Don't you think we have all these kind of curious questions in our mind all the time? And anthropology is one such optional subject which will give you very compelling and convincing evidences for all these kind of things, and will create that excitement about how humans have actually evolved. That's the one of the most important component of anthropology. We call it evolutionary anthropology, and that is what you will be studying as part of your anthropology preparation. Look, this is what we are expecting, or this is how we expect humans to evolve in the future. Isn't it? You all would have watched the trailer of Kalki movie, right? Yes. In future, because we guys are using a lot of smartphones, we are using tabs, we are using laptops, we all would develop a text claw, we all would develop a hunchback, we all may develop an eyelid, a third eyelid, to protect us from blue, to a kind of, a Blu-ray filter, natural Blu-ray filter we all may develop. So this is how we are going to evolve into the future. These kind of exciting stuff we will be discussing as part of our evolutionary anthropology. Then as part of anthropology, you have another interesting thing called as socio-cultural anthropology. What is this socio-cultural anthropology? Isn't it certain things which we see on day-to-day basis? Marriage, family, isn't it? You all know, you all would have seen people getting married. You all would have seen people, being a part of family. You are also a part of a family. You all would have been believing some God, isn't it? A religion. You are a part of a religion, or we are all experiencing a political organization, isn't it? Very recently in Andhra Pradesh, high octane elections have got concluded. In Telangana also, Lok Sabha elections got concluded, and we have seen, isn't it? And we are all part of an economic system, right? We are part of the economic system. So anthropology will try to study why or when did the first marriage, how the first marriage was like, how the first family was like, and how the first economic organization was like, how the first political organization was like. We all just think about the present, but we have never thought, when did the idea of family first occur to the humans? When did the idea of marriage first occur to the humans? When did the idea, or when did the necessity of a political body or a political organization first start? When the necessity to have a dedicated economic organization or an economy first start? Is it the God that has created the world, or is the religion or God created by humans, and when the man or human first felt the need for a religion? So these kind of extremely exciting content you will be coming across as you are going through the preparation of anthropology. And yes, just to illustrate these things through images, if you can see, this is how, our ancestors or the people in the beginning days of, their evolution, this is how people used to gather their food. It's all about gathering the food, it's all about hunting. From there we have evolved to this present phase wherein we are comfortably seated on a table and we are getting food onto the table. We will ponder about why we were there and how we have evolved from that particular phase to this phase. Then we would see when did human in the course of evolution first even thought about drawing something? How did they even get a time? Can an animal paint? Can an animal dance? Can an animal compose a music? Can an animal sing a tune? But how come humans have acquired this innovative ability to sing, dance, paint, all these things, which an animal is not able to do, which a human is able to do? That is why we are part of a culture. Animals does not have a culture. Animals are just part of a nature. We humans were also a part of a nature. So when did we evolve from this nature, and when did we have become more cultured? When did we start to become more civilized? These kind of exciting ideas you would be seeing as part of anthropology. Look, we all have started from these kind of first ever evidences of painting, and the art form has flourished to this level, isn't it? Now we are able to see all these things on the big screen. This is human ingenuity, human imagination, human creativity has now cultivated into the sophisticated art forms in the form of movies. Look, something exciting here. What you are seeing here is the first form of family. Just like animals does not have a wife, husband, two children, We humans in the beginning days of our existence, it's all about promiscuity. Promiscuity means one male, multiple relations with multiple females, one female, multi-male, multi-female. There is nothing like one husband, one wife, their children, nothing like that. Just like animals, group of people used to live together. But at one particular point of time, yes, we have moved from this kind of group marriages or group living to the present time, wherein right now what is accepted principle is one man with one woman and children. Of course, now again anthropology does not stop there. Anthropology will go a little further. Anthropology will try to examine the evolving trends. So what kind of evolving trends? We have not just stopped there. We are further evolving. So where we are evolving into now, the new trends have started, right? Like wherein people are exploring the relationship within the marriage, outside the marriage, people are exploring the relationship. Some people are preferring to remain alone without getting married. We call it homogamy, living alone, and we call it polyamorous relationship, means having multiple sexual and emotional partners. And live-in relationship is an evolving trend. So all these kind of exciting stuff also we would be doing as part of anthropology. And look here, something very interesting. First ever attempt by a human to bury a dead body. So does animal bury a dead body? Most of the animals does not do. Why did human even think of digging a pit and burying a dead body properly? Animals leave their corpses or dead bodies just to the nature. Nature will take care, but humans does not do that. Humans dig a pit and bury a dead body. Because who knows, humans might have thought that there is afterlife. There is a spirit and the spirit will survive even after the death. So this belief in spirit, people believe, might be the origin of religion. So when I started believing in spirit, when I started believing that there is an existence beyond the body, maybe humans would have thought that there is somebody who is above our existence, that somebody could be God. This is another very, very interesting. So I'm just trying to quickly give you a whole idea. In the regular classes, we will go much in depth and detail about all these kind of stuff. But yes, this early burials, early form of marriage, early form of religion, in the beginning days, it used to be like this, isn't it? In this movie, they beautifully show a earliest form of religion called as animism, belief in the spirits. In that movie, you have that names of the spirits like Panjurli, all these names you would have heard, right? Guliga, Panjurli. These people, of course, they also believe in Varaha Swami, who is a mainstream god, but they also believe in the spirits like Panjurli, Guliga, and all these things in the movie Kantara. They show it's one earliest form of religion. The present form of religion is this, where you worship people like Lord Venkateshwara or Lord Krishna. But even before that, religion used to be like this: worship of spirits, worship of poles. So that is how something which started as a simple belief that after death also life will be there, after death also spirit will survive. That is where the idea of religion is born, and that is how the religion has evolved over time. And yes, anthropology does exciting and interesting study of all these kind of things. So when did man start to live his life as family and kinship? When our language began, and how the first language was, when religion came into our life, when did a political organization first start, or when did our economic organization first start, isn't it? We often see people fighting in the name of religion. Look at this image here. People are fighting in the name of religion. People are fighting in the name of language. People today are fighting in the name of religion. People today are fighting in the name of religion. People are fighting in the name of everything these days. But go back to in the course of human evolution, there is no religion, there is no caste, there is no language, nothing. We are as good as animals. We have built all these things and we have created all these identities, and the identities which we have created on our own, and we are now busy fighting in the name of these identities. And anthropology will also study how these identities are created and why people are fighting in the name of these identities. Also is the subject domain of anthropology, which again is very interesting and inspiring, isn't it? If you are somebody who is a keen follower of the newspaper, you would have seen how much hotly people have debated whether Shabarimala temple have to be allowed to the women, not allowed to the women, or we have debates like whether hijab whether government can ban hijab or government cannot ban hijab. So all these kind of debates you would have seen in the newspapers. Now anthropology will try to clear all those clouds. Anthropology will make it crystal clear for you. Anthropology will give you sound analytical capabilities to ensure that you will not talk like a layman, you talk like an intellectual, and you will not just blurt out your emotions, but you come up with a scientific and systematic analysis for these social problem, and you will also come up with durable solutions. That's the beauty of this subject called as anthropology, which breaks barriers between humans, and which not just breaks barriers between humans, which will try to create bonds among humans. That's the beauty of this optional. Another simple myth which I have already cleared: anthropology is about biology. No, anthropology is not about biology, as I've already shown you with ranks. And even within biology, interesting topics we have, like topics like inheritance, and the topics like chromosomal disorders, and the topics like races. All these things I'll be discussing in due course as part of our orientation session, so you will understand how exciting and how interesting anthropology is. We have things like understanding childhood obesity, and we have things like studying of caste system, we have things like studying of village studies. All these are also part of our anthropology understanding. So today it was a lengthy session, and I'm alone taking this session, so I do not want to create that boredom to you. I'll stop today's session, my lecture side, and use this next 5 minutes which is available to you for asking any questions, and let this question be specific to anthropology, so I'll try to clear any of your doubts regarding anthropology optional subject. And I'm informing you, from tomorrow regular anthropology orientation sessions will start, and these regular anthropology orientation sessions will start from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m. will be handled by the general studies faculty, right? So if you guys have any quick doubts in anthropology, feel free to ask me. Yes, Bhargav, I suggest you guys to take down some running notes during orientation sessions. It will be like some takeaway for you. That's a good idea. Yes, Reshma, genetics also is involved in anthropology, but we don't go to the depth of the genetics. We see how genetics is connected to human existence. We are more interested in understanding why there is so much differences. Why we don't look like Kashmiris, or why we don't look like Russians, or why we don't look like Tamilians, or why we don't look like Kerala people. There might be some genetic difference, right? But interestingly, we all humans have evolved from monkeys, is what I'm trying to say. When we all have evolved from monkeys, how come we are all looking different? Sir has said that we all might have evolved from monkeys, and saying that we all have evolved from monkeys, again saying that we humans look different, Kashmiris look different, Russians look different, Africans look different, Tamilians look different, Telugus look different. How come all these differences? So this social understanding of genetics is what UPSC is more interested in. So we will not get into core genetics, we will get into applications of genetics, and we will get into understanding the outcrops of genetics is what we should be understanding. 4 hours of teaching per day. Yes, Pawan, 4 hours of teaching per day, in the sense morning 9 to 1 will be your general studies classes. Your anthropology classes will be from 6:15 to 8:15 or 8:30. So in total, it will be 6 hours of classes on daily basis, 4 hours of general studies, and 2 hours of optional subject. Weekend, you will be having current affairs roundup sessions by dedicated faculty. Is it clear? Yes. And yes, orientation sessions are only for 2 hours on daily basis, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. is for general studies, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is on anthropology orientation. Hope it is clear. What is the use of previous year questions? So use of previous year questions, very simple. One way you get to understanding the demand of the examination, yes, having a strong understanding of the syllabus, Second way of getting understanding of the syllabus and understanding the boundaries of an examination is going through or looking up to previous year questions. It brings clarity, it gives purpose, it gives confidence, it gives a direction to our preparation. That's the beauty of having a good knowledge of previous year questions. Standard books for anthropology, all these things will be taken care of our regular sessions, because in this session I'm not like, we will, don't worry, like even if you are part of a program or not part of a program, you can just search in the YouTube, you will find many of my videos suggesting standard books for anthropology. But in this sessions also, in one of the sessions, I'll try to talk about the standard books for anthropology. Yes, Stuti, these sessions, especially anthropology sessions, all the sessions I'll be taking care from 7 to 8 till this month end. 6 to 7 other respective faculties who are taking their general studies classes, they will be handling them. Yes. Yes, I have already said, I think you please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and in YouTube channel you can search how to read newspaper, and one of our faculties in one of the session also will be doing a dedicated session on how to read newspapers. Meanwhile, if you want, you can also, there are already plenty of videos in my YouTube channel, you can just search how to read newspaper, you will find that video, right? Pavan, 4 hours including teaching is sufficient. 2 hours of classes, 2 hours after the classes. Just give me 4 hours for the next 150 days. 600 hours, you involve yourself seriously in anthropology. I assure you that you will be confident about your anthropology. Satish, I did not get this question. Can you make it more clear? Yeah, orientation sessions, I want to take it only online, because it will be a little difficult to communicate in orientation sessions offline, online. Regular classes will be both offline and online. Regular classes will be only offline and online. Rajesh, use of test series, all these things, this will be addressed as part of regular classes. Don't worry. Yes. No, that's what. For prelims examination, we have only general studies and CSAT. Only during the mains phase of the examination we have optional subject, but you have to take your optional right now, because after clearing prelims you have to clear your mains also for you to get an interview call, isn't it? So that is the reason generally in most of the coaching centers what we do is, along with PCM, we also take optional subject. Okay. Right, I hope I have cleared all your doubts. So feel free to reach out to our director, sir, Ramana sir. You can just call him, and if you have any doubts, KV, sorry, in our institute, we are not offering both PSIR and public administration. Okay, so reach out to sir, get all your doubts, all your concern cleared. And yes, as I already told, you can be part of our success journey. You can be part of, you can be part of the ranks which we are generating for the upcoming years. I wish you guys all the very best. Take care.